Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following me for a while, you'll see that I stopped. I went on hiatus for a minute, but I'm back now, making a lot of more content, and I'm excited to announce that I started doing like a series called the Photographer Interview Series, where I interview a bunch of local Michigan photographers. Currently, that's where I'm at. So that's who I'm doing. I reached out to a lot of local photographers that I've known in the industry for a while or am friends with, and I'm super hyped to just kind of like jump into that, catch up with them, talk about their work, have you guys follow their socials and their journey through photography, and just really like talk about the ins and outs, ups and downs, and everything photography related. And so episode 1, I got to chat with an old friend, Bethany Sharp, and it was a good first episode, lots of laughs. Really hard to kind of like focus, but I think it's super great, and so I hope for you guys to enjoy that and check that out. So without further ado, I'm Jarrett, and this is Shadow and Light. I'm here with Bethany, owner of Bethany Sharp Photography, located in Southeast Michigan. She's a wedding photographer. She's been a wedding photographer for over 16 years, and her photos are really sharp though. So she doesn't like she doesn't like olives, coffee, or when people use the subject line for the body of an email.
That's a true statement.
I know. But she has love for photography, and she has a magnetic personality, which make her photos just as amazing. And she's really good at what she does. And she recently switched to mirrorless. Tell me about that. Like, what camera are you using now?
So I just made the switch to Sony. Shout out to Rob Hall and his guidance and help in getting me there. I'm definitely still messing around with it and just figuring out the different quirks about mirrorless. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not a gearhead by any means. So it's been a little intimidating for me to make the switch, but I'm super excited. I'm mostly actually excited about the facial recognition on it and
It's
just
very
having
nice.
that extra clarity. Yeah, I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I actually switched to the Nikon Z6 myself. They're a little bit behind on the game, but honestly, it's been really nice. That's the lower end model of the higher end cameras that they're making.
Yeah,
But now I kind of want to get like the Z7 or Z6 too. But
yeah,
it's been really nice, especially that facial recognition's kind of crazy. Um,
yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm so not a gearhead that I can't even really tell you like what else I'm gonna notice with it, um, except that facial recognition.
yeah, no. There's one drawback that I did notice, and I don't know if Sony deals with this, but in low light, it's not as good.
Oh,
Unless you have that focus assist beam on your flash. Um,
oh, okay.
yeah, because I've been using the same like flashes, and they're really bare bones, and so they just have radios built in. That's it. It's a manual only, radio trigger only. So they don't have that focus assist beam in them. But I noticed when I put my just the trigger that shoots the flashes anyways.
Tangent.
If you are shooting at night, just be careful that you might need that beam just there just to make the camera be able to see
Yeah.
what you're shooting. Yeah, but
I know that's like great advice because I haven't shot a wedding with it yet, and I mean, I feel like I'm gonna need to really practice before I feel confident enough to take it to a wedding and use it
Yeah,
as my primary. Um, but I'm also, I mean, I'm not shooting a ton of weddings anymore. I'm actually uh, slowly stepping back from them. I still love weddings, but now that I have two little kids, I really pride my weekends with them. So I'm only really doing like 10 or 15 weddings a year,
that's not
and I'm
bad though.
trying to do more. No, it's not bad. I do a little bit for myself, a little bit I'm helping out friends and doing that. And I'm trying to make my business primarily, um, I mean, in a perfect world, it would be all corporate work. I really actually enjoy corporate work, probably because of my marketing background. So I can just really appreciate a client who, if they have a marketing project going on and they're trying to deliver, I don't know, what the experience of their services or something like that. I really like putting on both hats. And then it's like, oh, I get what you're trying to communicate to your client and giving them not only great images, but images that kind of tell their story and are really great for marketing.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the sound in the background,
Are
but
you laughing at me again?
no. No, yeah, no, that's great. I think slowing it down on weddings is a good thing though, because like you said, you've been doing this for like 16 years. That's quite a while to be doing, weddings, and so I think 15 is actually a really good number in my opinion. So
Yeah, it's I mean, I I kind of feel like I lost some of my 20s um working so much on the weekends
yeah,
because it was constantly like, oh, so and so's getting married, or this is going on this weekend in the summertime, and just always having to say no to friends and family. And now that I have my own kids, I really don't want to do that to them. So
yeah,
it's really made me change my thinking, and I'm kind of at this pivot point right now. It's slow to turn, but I'm excited for it.
yeah, awesome. I feel like you get over that hump. It's just I think it's weird right now because like I'm in that same limbo with you. I think I have 10 weddings booked this year. Um, so it's slowing down on that end, which I actually am enjoying because I'm getting more of the clients that I want to, really enjoy like spending time with and working with. But I feel like, are you in that spot too? You're getting more enjoyment out of
Yeah,
it
I think
because you're not running
yeah,
gunning. Yeah,
I think there's something seriously to be said just in general, and especially in the photography world about work-life balance and, you know, that burnout that so many of us get
absolutely.
come, October, November. And is that I've noticed too now, like even my husband says to me, he's like, I don't even like the fall anymore because I know that you're just going to be so swamped and so busy and so stressed out and trying to get everything done and delivered for the holidays. And so I think just taking a little step back and really, like you said, finding all the right clients and maybe not necessarily an abundance of clients
Yeah.
and, you know, serving them 100% instead of, you know, 50 clients in the matter of a month.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I agree. So I'm hyped for you to have, slow down a little bit. And you'll pick up some on a different page with different work. So
Yeah.
um but yeah, I question. So I know we've known each other for a good minute. I think we met at a bridal show,
Did
maybe.
we? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
I just
truly
remember
actually
being like,
know.
who's Alice? I really like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So for those of you who don't know the name of my wedding photography company for the past, I don't know, like 12 years has been Alice Hart Photography. And so I often get asked who's Alice. But that's kind of funny. Yeah, I think it was at that smaller bridal show where I don't know, Iroquois Club, maybe, possibly.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did do a show there a while ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what
But no,
I was gonna ask, what got you into photography?
so this is kind of the cheesy story, but this is totally for real. I have always loved taking pictures of people, and I have an obnoxious amount of photos from starting in elementary school. And I had so many disposable cameras. I was constantly buying them. And anytime there was a photo opportunity, I very specifically remember I had some friends in elementary school, and we had a New Year's Eve party every year. And we would always put together, the popcorn tins, like the classic like
I love
holiday
those.
popcorn tins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we'd eat all the popcorn or dump it out, and then we would literally fill it with cut pieces of paper and make confetti. And then at midnight, we would throw the confetti. Well, here I am. I decided I didn't want to throw the confetti. I wanted to take pictures of what was happening. And it just sort of blossomed, I guess, from there. And I was always like the family photographer on vacation. And anytime something big was going on at school, I would take pictures of it. I have, again, an obnoxious amount of like middle school and high school photos of, and it's it's kind of funny because it's of everyone else. I'm not in any of them. Um, but I just kind of fell in love with, people and capturing their emotions and the moments. And I love when you can look at a photograph and have a feeling about it. Like you can get a sense of like, wow, they really love each other, or
Agreed.
a grandma with their grandson, or anything like that. Um, but anyway, that's kind of, I guess that's how I got started, was disposable cameras.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then I mean from there I begged my parents to buy me a digital camera for high school graduation.
Nice.
And I got my first digital camera. It was a 4 megapixel Kodak.
Wait,
What were those? Easy.
wait. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on.
Are you gonna say you have one? Oh boy.
Oh no. All right.
But no, it was a Kodak
Is this
Easy
it?
Pick. OMG. That is so awesome.
Is that it? Is this the same one?
It looks very familiar.
Because this is my first camera.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
sadly don't even think I still have it. But so I got that when I graduated high school in 2004. And I actually took it on vacation with me and my sisters. And I took this picture of Blue Lagoon. And
In Italy?
no.
Oh, okay. Where is it
in
at?
Italy. You're so traveled. Oh my God. I don't know. We went on a cruise, and
Oh,
is it
okay.
Cayman, maybe?
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Excuse me, but anyway, I took this picture, which is actually still today. I think it's a pretty cool picture because there's like a storm coming in. So you have like the storm clouds, and then you have the white uh, rock like break wall. And anyway, I took this picture, and my mom and my sister both still have it framed on their wall. And so that was my first camera. And then I wanted my first digital SLR. I think it was my first year of college. And my whole family, I'm totally like having an emotional moment, but my whole family didn't buy me gifts, like separate gifts that year. They all pooled their money, and they all bought me my first digital camera, which was a Nikon D40X.
Oh, nice.
And oh my gosh, warm spot in my heart. But anyway, it was like this big thing at Christmas, and it was super awesome. And then my sister got engaged, and she was like, I think you're really good. I want you to take my engagement photos. It's like, okay. So I did. Turned out decent enough. And she gave me $500 to start my own business. And I printed out, because I always loved like art shows and craft shows. So I did a bunch of prints, all film, and framed, like, did it myself, like matted and framed everything. And then I sold at art shows, and then people would be like, oh, do you do senior photos? Do you do weddings? And it literally spiraled from that. And
That's
actually,
awesome.
ironically, I was at an art show, and it wasn't a tornado, but it was like some massive like wind gust. It picked up my whole entire tent, and it threw all of my stuff
Oh no.
like down the lane, and it shattered all my inventory.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'm done with art shows.
Dang.
and it and it kind of like made me move on. Isn't it
Yeah.
funny when you're like weird stuff like that happens?
The universe was like, it's time to move on from this, on to the next thing.
Yeah, you're not gonna make a living selling at art shows, Bethany. It's time for something new.
That's funny. So I guess my next question is, what do you love most about photography then?
I
Deep digging.
ooh, like the loaded questions now. What do I love? It really, when it comes to people anyway, it goes back to emotion. So I pride myself on being awesome at candids,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
genuine, just candids of people interacting and enjoying each other's company and having an emotional moment, all that kind of stuff. So that's, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's where the power is in photography. And I try to do things with a purpose, and that goes for my shutter button too. I don't like to overshoot. I would rather wait for the moment to come into my camera, click it, and then move on. Um, but I always get compliments on my candids. So I think it kind of made me realize that that was something unique about my photography.
Yeah.
And it's really made me love it even more. So.
Yeah. I feel like I agree though, like capturing those moments that nobody knows are happening, and it's just like natural. I think that's important. So
Yeah.
glad you're out there
Yeah.
snapping those.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because I know photographers who shoot events, not a lot, but some, they get very intimidated by those moments. And I get so excited. I'm like, let's go. Like a room of like 500 people, I want to get a candid picture of 75% of them.
Oh wow,
And I'm
yeah.
not even talking about, it's not even like just like any old kind of candid. It's a candid where they look good, and like I was saying before, like you can look at it and you can laugh with them, even though
Yeah.
you have no idea what they're talking about. But like, I don't know.
It's just like the
You look at it,
emotion.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like I want to be there. I want to be,
You're kind of
involved
there.
on
You're
that
almost
level.
there.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's awesome though. No. I'm gonna have to look at some of you have a gallery for just candids that I can check out? Is that
I
possible?
don't, but that's like a really great idea, Jarrett.
Yeah, you need that. So we need to see those. So
Yeah, yeah, that's a
um
great point. I'm gonna write that down real quick.
okay.
But for real,
Um I guess like other than cameras, like what else do you pack that is not like camera gear in your bag? In your camera bag.
I've been thinking about this,
Oh my gosh.
and here's my honest answer. Snacks, because it's a long day and you
Yeah.
never know the food situation,
Oh my
or if
gosh.
there's going to be a break, or if you're literally going to be eating something like walking somewhere.
I just had.
So
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just had a wedding
it's fine.
where they had the speeches during the entirety of dinner, and I'm
Oh,
like, dude, I gotta take that break. I gotta eat that food. And so yeah, packing those snacks because I do pack snacks. I eat my snacks.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to, and especially it's funny because now that I'm a mom, like I'm like the snack queen. I'm like, make sure I have some protein in there, make sure I have like a little bit of sugar, a little, some carbs, some fruits and veggies. I try to balance it. But
Oh
anyway,
yeah, you did
so
offer me some grapes one time, so yeah.
yeah, I bet I did. Was it in the summer? Because I have a
Yeah.
tendency to
Yes.
pack grapes in the summertime.
Yes. You did. You just like, hey, you want some grapes? I'm like, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, in the summer, I go with like a full-blown cooler with snacks and drinks and yeah.
That's fun.
Anyway, you don't want a hungry photographer.
Yes, I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that. Um,
Uh, but anyway, other things in my bag, deodorant, again, summer days, long, and mints, because I always feel like I have bad breath.
oh no. Oh no.
And I mean, I don't know if I do, but I just don't want to take that risk, like when I'm getting close to couples and posing them,
Mm-hmm.
or, I mean, anybody for that matter, if I'm doing a portrait. So I have mints. And it's funny because I'm not a mint person. I only use mints when I'm working.
Oh gosh. I feel like there's some things I do when I'm working. Like I do pack a toothbrush in my bag, but like my go-to on the way to a wedding, like pre lunch is like I just get a sub just because it's easy, you know. So
Yeah. I I've gotten a Jimmy John's sandwich on the way to like 8 out of 10 weddings.
right, it's so much easier.
Yeah. Or like I'll look them up, and if there's a Jimmy John's or a Panera in between the ceremony and reception, like I'll just order it for pickup and scoop it on my way.
Thanks,
I thought it
guys.
was so funny. I had a DJ one time. I walked into the reception with a Starbucks,
Oh
and
my gosh.
he's like, you had time to stop for Starbucks, and I was like, no, I have to do the pickup. And I'm like, and it's literally across the street. So what? It took me an extra 2 minutes.
That's funny.
Life is online ordering and
Wait,
pickup
what did you
these
get from
days.
Starbucks? I thought you don't like coffee.
Oh, I don't like coffee. I hate coffee. Love coffee shops. No, I will drink a chai latte.
Oh yeah, we like
Um,
tea.
but I don't even consider that tea. It's
Not
like,
Starbucks chai latte isn't even tea, so yeah, I agree.
yeah, no, it's not tea. It's like flavored milk.
Correct. Spicy
And I
milk.
like milk.
They're like, here's some cinnamon and some star anise and some coriander. I don't know spices for
Four
your
pumps
tea.
of sugar.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's like 4 pumps of sugar, let's be honest.
So my next question is: are there any professional photographers that have influenced like your current work, like at all?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I love a lot of people's work for different reasons. So I think everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I try to, it's just like art in general, painters, sculptors, and all of that. I think you can be influenced or, um, get inspiration from anywhere and anyone. Do I have anybody in particular? I don't think so. I just genuinely, as a consumer, probably. No, I mean, as a professional photographer too, I really like Clark Little, which is totally not what I'm shooting. I don't know if you know him, but
I don't
he
know.
lives on the North Shore of Oahu,
You know.
and he photographs uh, sea life and sunsets and waves.
That sounds
He
fun.
has like a giant like underwater rig that he uses,
Okay.
and his stuff is just very calming, and it's totally a dream for me.
Okay, well,
Like,
shout out to
I,
Clark. We're gonna fly in. You're gonna
yeah,
show us how to do this underwater stuff.
yeah, yeah. If you haven't looked up Clark Little, you gotta look him up. But I also really love a fabulous black and white. I've actually considered just going black and white.
Oh, that's a different service though. You should offer that as a package.
Yeah, but I think of like Ansel Adams and you know just that type of eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love black and white work. Um, Obviously that wouldn't work for when I'm photographing food or
Mmm.
floral,
Yeah. I don't know about that.
but otherwise, and I think it goes back to the whole like emotional storytelling element
Yeah.
in that I feel like that communicates better in a black and white.
I agree. Because you're seeing just that there's nothing distracting. It's just what your point of view. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that circle thing called? The seashell looking thing? I don't know.
TV show.
Yeah, like where all the points intersect and that's the perfect photo, the perfect shape. I'm not a gear person. I have no
Oh,
idea.
yeah, I kind of know what you're talking.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, we'll figure that
Someone's
out.
watching this yelling it at
Like,
the
oh
screen.
man, I don't. What are you talking about, man? Uh, it's like I don't know. It's like the perfect photo. Anyways,
Talking about the grid. You're talking about like the grid, right?
it's not square though. It's the something Fibonacci sequence. Is that it?
I
Or is
wouldn't.
that math? I don't know. That sounds like math. Don't. I just take the
I mean, we're
photos. I
talking about
press a
truth.
button. Guys.
Hey, don't say that about yourself. It's way more than pressing a button.
I mean, I see the vision and I press the button, and I guess
Oh, okay.
I orchestrate the image. But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything like that you've done like over the years that you've like focused on to kind of like help make yourself better at photography, that like something that you could share with others to help them improve their skills?
Um, Definitely get out of your comfort zone and try something that sounds scary. Try something that sounds challenging. It's going to be. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be challenging. It's going to be scary. But it also can open up like this whole new perspective, this whole new world. Um, I know a lot of people like are intimidated by photographing children, and but just I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna pushing yourself is going to make what your niche is that much better, if that makes sense. Even I started playing around with video,
Yeah.
and it's definitely like it relates back to photo in some ways, but it just makes you look at some of these scenes, especially at weddings, like totally different. It's very interesting, it's very bizarre, very challenging, but I love it. I love pushing myself and trying something new and
Nice. Yeah.
do that.
No, I agree. Like, yeah, just doing some stuff that pushes your boundaries. Um, Doing something like if you're a natural light photographer, try to use a flash for once. But
It's fun
yeah.
to say, Garrett.
Hey, how was that wedding in Mackinac? That's where you did the video, right? You did a video of a wedding in Mackinac.
Yeah, that was one of them. So it was fast paced. It was like a 40-person wedding party. I think it had 4 dogs
4 dogs. Okay.
and like 15 ring bearers and flower girls. So that in itself is challenging. But yeah, I actually have found that with video, I like the creative direction aspect of it. Editing is not an avenue I've gone down, but I like that storytelling component and, getting those moments and like smoothly putting them together and saying it's great. But
Yeah.
yeah, video is fun.
Yeah,
Something
no,
different,
I've been doing it too, so I agree. So switching it up a
I like
little
to
bit.
shake the snow globe, as I say.
You know, you gotta keep yourself on your toes.
Hmm.
So I actually wanted to ask you. This one's kind of hard because all this stuff digs so deep. But what's one of your best experiences with photography?
um, Wait, hold on. I wrote this down. Oh, yeah. So one of my, I guess this could go in a billion different directions. So this might sound really gloaty, or
Oh no.
I don't know.
Let's just say it.
So I've had my work in some smaller magazines,
Oh,
like
nice.
nothing
Yeah.
huge. And like the first couple of times it happened, it was really cool. And now I'm kind of like, cool. Like it's just not as exciting to me anymore,
Yeah.
as it used to be. I mean, it's still awesome for sure. Uh, it's always very interesting to see what the client picks out versus what I would have picked out.
Oh, to send into the magazine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a wedding top 10, Typically the photographer's top 10 isn't going to align with the couple's top 10.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, like that is cool and all. And I actually really love shooting big events, um, mainly in Detroit, but just, I don't know, where there's, I don't know, just big events. I've photographed Detroit homecoming before. I did some auto swim events,
You're all over.
like stuff like that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I actually got to photograph Simone. I think she's from CNBC at a conference that she was at in Michigan. And like even that was fun, just seeing different kinds of people, meeting different kinds of people from all kinds of walks of life. I really like observing them, which
Yeah.
kind of sounds creepy, but I feel like photographers are kind of creeps.
Oh, a new person has stepped onto the dance floor. Let us chase them.
Oh, yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, I always tell people, I'm like, we are your personal paparazzi for the day, and
Yes.
it's so cool. But yeah, like I guess I would have to say my favorite experiences with photography are really about the people. And that's people as in guests, that's people as in clients, that's people as in other photographers and vendors. I just genuinely enjoy meeting different people and hearing their stories and about them. And I think that naturally gives me ideas and keeps me motivated.
Yeah. No. Love it. It's good to stay motivated, So, awesome.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta have that drive inside of you. And kind of going back, that sort of goes with the whole idea of challenging yourself. I feel like you can put yourself into a niche and then you feel like that becomes your identity and like you have no out. And when you're burnt out of it, you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah. No, I think
kind of,
I feel like I can attest to that. So, um
yeah,
it's also hard to be in so many niches at once too. I've tried to get in there and like I wanted to do auto
yeah,
photography, but such a different game. It's just the
yeah,
equipment's different,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, there's
Um
only so much sprinkling you can do, really.
yeah. Um I want to know more about your photography process, like how you like approach the day, like what is like on like I guess like on your mind before like a wedding or an event or something. Um I don't know, other people like some people have like rituals for the day. I personally I check all my like gear before I go to bed, charge it, all that stuff, and then wake up and then roll out. It's super simple, but so
Yeah.
like do you have like a process?
Um, well, sometimes I have nightmares.
Oh no, you're late, and then you wake up and you're not late. It's very confusing.
It's always like, yeah, like some I got locked somewhere, like inside of somewhere, or I don't have any memory cards,
Oh no.
or it's like always like, yeah, I don't know why. I still, after 16 years, I still have a few nightmares a year about photography. Um, I only actually had a nightmare like come true one time. I
Oh
got
no.
locked out of my house like while I was loading my gear.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, luckily I got a locksmith very quickly
Oh.
and I got in and I got going. But anyway,
I broke into my
rituals.
own house.
Um, I think music is a huge influencer for
Okay.
me, just like in my life in general. So, um, it's funny though, because it can vary day to day. I really love like chill house or electronic music. So, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I'll either like jam that all the way to a project or a client.
Okay.
Or I will listen to absolutely nothing. If it's summertime, I'll roll down the window, sun is open, like I need a hairdress by the time I
Yep.
get to the client. Um, but yeah, I think just like have the car ride is actually a big deal for me
The
to
what
sort
is?
of get into the car ride.
Oh yeah, the ride from your house to the event. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually don't mind if I have to drive a little bit because I feel like it just helps me get into that mindset. It helps me think about the timeline and some things that I want to shoot that day, or sort of coming up with ideas. I mean, to be totally transparent, I'm not a huge like far in advance planner. It's just not my style.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking about something a week out, then by the time the day comes, I'm like, I don't even know what thoughts I had.
Don't even
So
remember.
I, no, I don't. So I'm a big note taker, and I really start digging in if you lose me. So you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. I don't know. My earbud went crazy. Um, anyway, technology. But I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, a big note taker, and then trying to think.
You're good. You're
what
good.
I
You're
was,
good.
what I was saying. Um, so yeah, I just try to get in the zone on my way there, essentially, and
Okay.
yeah, I try to roll with the punches a lot because even with corporate clients, you can only plan so much in life, and then life is going to happen, um, especially with events and weddings. But even with corporate clients, like maybe somebody got sick and didn't show up, or the food with food photography, which I shoot a fair amount, maybe the stuff didn't buy enough of something, the right dinner didn't come in kind of thing. So I would say mostly I try to be flexible, with the punches, and I feel like that's probably a big um, asset that I have. I know that can be really hard for people.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I agree though, like, because I'm easygoing, but some people are like, there's no rigidity to this plan, and I need more. I need more structure.
Yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, in today's like society and world, because of the internet, there's such a gigantic expectation, and it's been like crippling for people. It's actually kind of sad, and I try to be real with people, especially couples. Like something is not gonna go how you want it to go. I mean, at least one. I can't think of a wedding that went perfect.
Yeah.
And perfect as in every single thing that the couple wanted, a couple freaking wanted. And I just hope to I guess, help them and guide them through that. Especially couples who don't have a coordinator or family. Because that's really that's just what's going to happen. So to break it for you.
I think your headphone kind of hates us right now. You sound like you're in a bathtub.
I'm in the bathtub.
Oh, this is way better. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
That's better?
Yep. Yeah.
Must have got messed up. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Do you want me to talk about the bathtub?
No. I hear people online saying you sound like you're in a fishbowl, but I'm like, it's kind of weird. You put your heads in fish bowls and you know what it sounds like? I don't know.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
All the time. Okay, I'll try to clean that up in post, but I did want to ask you like two more questions. If there's if you could help anyone, like any photographers starting or like been shooting for a few years out there, what are some tips that you might give them? Like, do you have any? Just one tip, two tips? I don't know.
Get yourself a great community of photographers, artists, business people, and lean on them.
Okay, yeah.
For questions that you have. I think having a solid network, you know, in your professional life and even in your personal life can do a lot for anybody. And having those resources and knowing, you know, who can I call in a pinch? You know, okay, my kid is sick, I'm sick, I have this client, who can I call? Okay, so there's that avenue. I'm thinking about working on my website. I'm thinking about working on my portfolio. Who can I call and get an opinion type of thing? So I think just having a really good community network resources does a lot for someone. So I would highly recommend that. And I completely understand, even though I am a pretty social person, I totally get that social anxiety and walking into a room and how that can be challenging. But just do your best to try and put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone.
Am I dying? Yeah, no, I totally agree. Is there me and you are both in a group. What group is that? What group are we on?
It's the Metro Detroit Professional Photographers.
Yeah. So if you're in Michigan, you know, that's a good group to join. If you're not in Michigan, I'm sure there's a local group such as that that you can reach out.
You can even do a Google search, and if you really admire somebody's work and you send them a message and you're like, hey, my name is Kat and I'm a new photographer and I really like your work. Like, could we get coffee? Like, what photographer or what decent human being is going to say, I don't receive your compliment? Like, no thanks. Nobody is going to.
I don't like coffee, so no.
Stop. I like me a muffin from the coffee shop, okay?
True.
But, I mean, that's even an avenue to get your foot in the door with some type of networking.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Compliment someone else. So
yeah, if somebody were to reach out to me, if I had some availability, you know, it might be like, yeah, we could. If you're in town, just hit me up. I might be around, you know. So I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. I guess the last thing I need to ask you is for you to plug in your socials. So where can we find you, like your website, your social media accounts, things like that, so people can follow you?
Yeah. So BethanySharpPhotography.com. It's out there. You can Google it if you want. Bethany Sharp. Actually, don't Google Bethany Sharp. I don't know what'll come up on that.
Photography, yes.
You got to add that third word. I am on Instagram. Am I active? Nope, I'm not. I have a Facebook. Am I active there? I'm not.
No.
I'm just going to be honest. It's funny too because I'm a marketing person. My degree is actually in marketing and graphic design, but I haven't spent a lot of time there, honestly, because I get my referrals from, I'm sorry, I get my referrals from referrals. So my clients
Yeah.
typically end up referring me, and like I said, I'm taking a little bit of a step back. I'm not looking for an overabundance of work right now with two little kids. Um, so it's been good. So I'm just kind of letting it ride right now. Um, I would love to be more active on social one day, but the best way to get in touch with me is to call or text or email and go get a muffin with me at the coffee shop.
Muffins for everyone. You have to buy her the muffin
Yeah,
though. Yeah. So if you're
that's
trading the
fine.
knowledge, yeah.
I'm all good for buying my companion.
No,
Companion?
they have
I
to
don't
buy
know.
you the muffin.
Oh, they're buying me the muffin.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool too.
Yes.
Lemon poppy,
Oh,
thanks.
I love me a lemon poppy seed muffin. It's kind of like my favorite one actually. So cool.
Oh, we just connected, Jared.
Do you like coffee cake ones too? There's just cinnamon streusel. No,
No,
no. See, that's my second favorite one.
no.
Well, it's like a balance between the two. Right? It's like a one day one's yeah. Anyways, but um, thanks for chatting with me,
Whatever.
Bethany. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's been great catching up. This rollout makes me feel so awkward, but this is
Oh, it's cool. Thanks for having me, Jared. It's been a pleasure. And I really like your hat. And your
thanks.
shirt is giving me the tortilla blanket vibe. But I'm guessing it's not a tortilla.
I made it myself. I just suck at reverse tie dyeing.
Whoa. No, you nailed it. You nailed it.
It's been great. All right, this is Jarrett. I'm Jarrett, and this is Shadow and Light. All right, thank you. Take care.